Hello my brothers and sisters in nerdiness, welcome back to the Spider's Web. In this video we're going to be doing one of these 4 MDF kits because these are these are the 4 that have been suggested. There's different ones, there's not been one that's been suggested twice, so what we're going to do is we're going to use a die roller. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ready? We're going to be doing 3, which is that one. So I'll put you two to one side, bring you out, and we'll bring you to there. I'm going to sit down now, and we're going to get on with prep work. Okay, there's a little bit of prep work that needs doing when you're dealing with MDF terrain. Let's just move that a little bit. Okay, so I'm looking for a little sponge because when you're doing MDF kits, because it's MDF and laser cut, there are burn marks around the edges of them. Let's move in a little bit because it is quite a small kit, isn't it? Okay, that looks better. So we have these 3 pieces. As you can see, we have these little burn marks on the edges. So what we need to do is wash those burn marks off. So we have a little bit of water with some dishwashing detergent in it. So what we're going to do, just get the cloth, or in my case a sponge, put it in, and then we can wipe over. But don't go too mad, don't get it too wet because it is MDF and it will warp if it gets too wet. What we're trying to do is just take off the burn parts on it, and then once we've done that we can get some kitchen towel and just wipe it down so it's not too wet. Just take the surface moisture off. There we are. Now we do that on each one of these pieces. What you could do is do one side, when you've done that side, give it a wipe down, turn it over, it's dried out a little bit, and then we can wipe it off again. And we do this for each sheet of MDF. And as you know, this is a very clean sheet of paper, and that is the gunk that's coming off it. Okay, so you see why we're doing this. It's just so that the glue, well, not the glue, but the paint later on will stick when we come to paint it. And we've done those 2 now. We just need to over this one fairly quickly. There we are. And the back as well. There we are, that's all you need to do. I showed you on this one, so I don't need to show you on the rest of them. I can just do them beforehand and make a start on them. So, we'll dry the work surface, and this one do a little bit more drying off. So, I've gone over now to Blot's website so I can get the instructions on how to do this, and it's the wrong one. I'm just going to have this up so I can see it, just to make it a little easier for myself. Okay, so what do I need to do first of all? Well, it shows that I need to take, no, I did have a knife, so it says take this piece, that piece out. Oops, there's another bit down there that needs trimming off. There's more on that piece than there was on two others that I've already made up, but I've not made up on camera because they were the double ups. I've already made those. Next one is this piece. There was only two that was holding them up, and they were on the full A4 sheets of MDF. They're the bigger kits, so each piece was held on by two, and these are held on by three, possibly four. And they're the smaller pieces, so I wonder. And then there's one more piece that we need to find, which, what's that piece? Couldn't see it then for a second. There we go. That's held on by two. Okay, so I'll put those to one side, and this is how it's laid out on the destructions. So I can assume where are we going? Oh, look, where we're looking. So that way, that goes into there, and that into there. So that's how it fits. Okay, we've got that. So what we need now is our wood glue. Let's get this a bit further in so you can see properly. There we go. So that's how it looks at the end. And there's all the details for the contact details and everything for the company that made it, if you are interested. I'm going to use this piece of paper as a palette for the glue. There we are, and a brush, and we're going to first of all put some glue over here. Why I've done that, I don't know, because there's no glue on that part yet. The glue is here. That threw me for a second then, because I was wondering why I was doing that. Okay, so we'll just put glue on here and here, and then a little bit on this side, a little bit on this side, because these are tabs that fit into holes in the main wall, and then that fits in like that. And then this bit, I can lay that down for a second. That should be okay there. And this bit will fit in. This is the bit I thought it was actually. So we'll just keep going like that. DTT bit on each of the tabs. This is good glue, this. It dries very quickly. Well, for wood glue anyway. It's not like super glue where it dries new enough instantaneously, but for wood glue, it's really, really good. And that's how it fits together. This I think won't be on the inside, so I don't need to do anything there, but here, with it being on the external parts, I'm just going to run the brush down and take out any squeeze out that we may have. Next job is the base of it, which is this piece, I believe. No, it's not. No, it's not. There are different. There is another piece. Right, we do need that bit. Okay, so I am right with needing this piece. 2, 3. So there's that piece, which is like that. Okay, so there's that piece. We also have this piece. I'm sorry, I'm struggling to try and see the screen because it's across the room and I'm wearing my reading glasses, so that's why I'm struggling a little bit to identify the pieces I need. Okay, there's that piece, that piece, is it this piece? I think it is. Ding, 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 yes. One, 2. That piece, and finally that piece. 1, 2. There we are. So I can put those to one side, and these are the pieces that we need here. I was wondering why I couldn't get it to fit there, but it's because I had them on the wrong side. So that's in like that. So let's get our brush and glue. And we need some more glue, so let's pop some of that down. Oops. I don't think we really need any on the tabs, but I like to put some in anyway, just to be on the safe side. I don't like bits that can be secure being less than they should be. There we are, and we can do that and that there. Dee-dee-dee. And they go in like so. Again, we'll deal with squeeze out, and we're just going to try and deal with squeeze out anywhere I see it, because I'm not sure what's going to be visible and not visible, so it would be easier if I just deal with it all as if it was going to be seen and get rid. There we are. So we'll just wipe any squeeze out away we see with the brush. There we go. So that's that. And oops. there's this joint here. I'll try and be as neat as you can when you're doing this. Okay, so what we're doing now, so pop those down, and then we have that. We have that. That goes in there, and that goes in there. I see, that's quite narrow efforty bob, but we'll get it done. So, now you may notice that my brush has a angle to it. Let me move this down a little bit. Oops. And not necessarily down, but let's move it so I can actually do things without stretching, because at the moment I was pushing my arms over there and I was getting uncomfortable. So let's do that. There we are. And this goes into here, I believe. Yep. That fits into there. Just like so, give it a little squeeze. And then we have this bit. Whoops. And this bit fits into the other slots that are in the piece that we've just glued on. Yeah, and that will do. And that bit fits into there like so. Now, where does this fit onto the... I'm trying to make it out and I'm struggling. That's how it fits. That fits into there, that fits into there. Try and dry fit this as best as I can. At the moment it's not going well. There we are, that's how it goes. So I'll leave that in there for the time being, just to give the glue a little bit of chance to settle and keep it in the position it's supposed to be. And then we can go on to the next bit. So it says attach the walkways. So we need to find the walkway. Which is the walkway? that one is. Okay, it looks bigger. These pieces do look much bigger on the picture than they do in real life, so I'm looking for a larger piece rather than this smaller piece. So the walkway somehow goes there. No, it goes that way. That's where I was going wrong. So it's finding out the places where it actually fits. That's it. That's how it goes. Okay, so now I know where that fits. Let's get this plastered on. We do need glue on this. Let's put it on back on this paper, and we can splatter some along here. I'm not going to go right to the very end. That will go on there. And in there. DDT. Yes, I do like. I've enjoyed doing these. The other two were quite easy in comparison, but you know, this one is quite what you call it, a challenge, even though it's a slightly smaller. Seems as quite a smaller kit. This one was suggested and chosen by Andy from Mad Lad Designs. Thank you, Andy. You complete git. No, seriously, this is a good one to give me a challenge. I think that's the reason he picked it, because it looks a challenge. And thank you. I'm enjoying the challenge, Andy. So what I said then, I was just joking. You know that. Again, let's sort out the squeeze out. There we are. Just make sure there's no glue. We don't need that on the bottom there. It's a good job I didn't go right to the top with this, but we have this brickwork design, so there wasn't much point in going to the top. I'm looking forward to seeing how this goes, because at the moment, you know, I can't actually see a way that this will fit in, but we'll see. So that fits in there. So let's go ahead with gluing on these pieces here. The next step on this one is what you call it, okay, so that needs doing as well, as does that. And because there's not much of a glue connection on this side, I'm definitely going to do here and make sure there is enough glue on this tab. There we are. And now we fight to get this into position. There we are. Once it's in, it's holding everything in the position where it should be. So that is good. Just make sure all any glue, any squeeze out that we get is wiped off. There we are. Not attempting down there because there's no points. Here, definitely. In fact, I'm going to use the damp cloth here because this is going to be on the outside and it's going to be painted. Okay, so that's the walkways. Now let's pop this brush down again. Now we need the side walls, which are these two here. So let's look for the tabs. There's one. Is there another? Yes, there. That's one of them, and the other is here. So there's one tab, and there's the other tab. There we go. So that's how we have them. Next piece of instruction is showing that these fit on here, so that goes onto there like so, and this one goes into there. So that's what we have. So let's take this off and give it a gluing. My train of thought went for a second then, sorry about that. I was also just double checking to make sure I got them in the right position, and yes I had. So that's that. And that's that. Now we need to change the gluing area slightly because this fits against this part here. No, it doesn't. What am I doing, you foolish person? It gets glued on the bottom. And because there's not much of a gluing surface on that side, just make sure it goes up the top, and that's where I wanted to change it. So that goes there, and then these slot in like so. And again, we'll use the damp cloth for this because it is going over in fact, I'm going to just rinse my brush out a little bit. We don't need this water now. Dry it off a touch, and then we can go up there like so, and there as well. And then we can just give that a wipe, and that's one side done. And this side is near enough exactly the same, but we need more glue. And the best thing about this is with the other ones I've done from these, which I'll show you at the end because I did some extra bits that I will show you when I get around to doing the Middle Eastern ones. I did what's the word I'm looking for? I did some little extra bits and pieces with it as well to give it a bit more of a textured finish, and you'll see them in the photographs, but when I get around to doing the the Middle Eastern buildings on camera, I can show you exactly what I did and how I did them. So that is not quite a good fit there. It's not as good a fit as the other pieces are. Whether that is going to be a detriment of anything, I don't know yet. Because there are other things we need to add, so we may not see this slight gap here at the bottom, but I'm trying my best to keep it pressed for a little bit. So that's that. What do we need to do next? Okay, we're not going to see it because I've just realised how things go. Okay, so what we need is not those. We need these first off. You'll see what I mean when I say we're not going to see it. So don't worry. Oops, got another tab down here. We have that piece. We have this piece. And these pieces are exactly the same and will fit into there. And we also need that piece. That's not sticking as I want it to, so let's make sure that that is covered in glue. But obviously that bit there where it's not touching properly is causing a little bit of, is affecting it slightly. But we have that bit and that bit, and then we have, I've already done that bit, it's that bit now. And now we have that bit. So we have a little bit of a sandwich thing going on here. So this bit gets glued into here. Now just make sure that there is glue all over that part, as well as this edge glue. One's on this edge definitely, just to give it some strength, and this part here as well. And that goes in there. And then we have this part, which again goes into here. Let's just squirt some glue onto there and spread it around. Just like so. I'm going to have a little bit of squeeze out here somewhere. But not to worry, and we'll slather some up the wall, and that goes in there like so. That's come out again. Okay, that should hopefully stop coming out now that there is a multiple points of contact with it. And then we have this one to go in. And I'm just going to... Damn it! I did say earlier that this glue dries fairly quick, and it doesn't seem to be doing in this case. But I'm just going to run some glue down here. And then on the bottom again here. And then all up here. Hopefully this time it will hold. There we are. And I'll just wipe off excess. And then once again I'll do it on this one this time. There we are. So glue as much as we can everywhere. That bit can come off, we don't need that because that's a bit of paper towel. And there we go. Make sure we get the edges as much as we can, and then I'll do this edge and then this edge. And then the bottom edge. We'll add some there. And pop it in. Just like so. There we are. And then we can wipe off any excess that we have. And give it all a good squeeze so everything comes out nicely. There we are. And just going to wash the brush out again. Bit of paper towel. Okay, dry bit, and then we can go over and make sure that any overspray, not overspray, any squeeze out comes off. And there we are. That's better. Right, that's those bits done. Next steps we have, well, next steps. So we'll get this one out. Oh, gold. We'll get this one out. And this one out. Ah, God, this one's a bit chunky for a little one. Have I missed a piece? Doesn't look like it, but that's... Looking at the instructions, I've got all of them. So I'm not quite sure what the... No, not quite sure what that one is, but... There we are. And that one. That one. That one. That one. And then we go over to here. And we have two pieces here. Unless it just haven't shown me all of the pieces that I needed, because this one's got 4 layers. And the previous one had 4 layers as well. One was already built in. I don't know. But there was seems to be an extra piece in it. So I don't rightly know. That bit goes on there, that bit goes on there, and that bit goes on there. Okay, so these go on the opposite way. So that bit goes there, that bit goes there. That bit goes there. Wrong way round. And that's how it sits. Right, for these, there's a little bit of a raised area on this, so I'm just going to go and get some sandpaper. I won't be a second. Okay, I'm back. I've got some sandpaper. It doesn't matter what grade it is. There we are, that seems quite flat. And it goes in there quite well now. So, here we go again. So, it's... There we go. Ding, 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 ding. Dee, 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 dee. We'll make that there. Do that there. And then we'll bang this in. And then pop that where it belongs. Then we can hammer that with glue. this is, you know, it's quite a simple little kit. There's no fiddly bits to it. It's all like solid panels. Really nice to work with. I do quite like these kits. I don't know how old the company is, but you know, they've got a few things on the website, not a vast amount unfortunately, but maybe because they could be a fairly new company. I don't know, I've not heard of them previous, so that's why I'm thinking they may not be very old, but they're getting hopefully they can get a lot more choice on the website now. There's different scales as well, it's not just 28mm. So if you're looking for something smaller, they do have something for you available, but again, as I say, it's a case of what's the word I'm looking for? There's not a vast choice in terrain pieces, even though there is quite a bit of choice for the sizes and scales of these minis or these terrain pieces. It's let down only slightly by the choice of pieces they've got, but hopefully they're going to be expanding the range in the future, which would be good, because if they did that, I'd definitely be spending money with them because of the Judge Dredd and the, you know, the 2000 AD skirmish games that or the ones I have and the ones that are going to be coming out that I'm hoping to get. Andy said he's going to sort me out with the Slonia set for doing these. So there we are, that's where we are so far. We have steps going up there, a little bit of a landing, steps going up there. We're not finished yet, we still have a few pieces to put to. So, what more is there to do? Attach the front wall pieces, which is this bit. Now I've followed all instructions, but I still have a piece that is missing, or they're still on the sprue, so I'm not sure where that's supposed to go or where that should have gone. All I can think of is it's not showing me. It should have gone, I think it should have gone in here, so I'm just wondering if I can, which I can't prise one off. No, I can't. It only showed me 3 pieces on the website, and that's what I was looking for. I wasn't looking for another piece, and I only noticed it when I came to do the front parts, and unfortunately it's not quite done. But so that's the front bit, and I have noticed something. I've missed one of these off as well, so be careful when you're putting these together. Let's get this all glued up. I'm glad I managed to catch that in time. That needs a little bit of a sand at the bottom. Okay. That's had a bit of a sand at the bottom, and now I can do the front piece. Yeah, there is a slight error in the instructions. There should have been another piece back here, but it only showed me 3 pieces. As I say, I wasn't looking for that piece. I put it to one side. But all in all, not a bad set. It's done. It, you know, when all said and done, it still looks good. There is this part here that I haven't seen. I know where that goes now. I've just seen it. Let's snip them out. Okay, so a little bit of glue. What we need to put this is here. Dee. Around here. Now we'll pop that up there, just like so. That's that done. This piece slips in there, like so. Just make sure that that's secured. And wipe that off. There we are. And then we have this piece which slots in like so. So we'll just bang that. Cover all this in glue. A weird thing is there's no sides or back or anything, so it hardly looks as though it's finished, but it is. It is done. We just have to wait until we do the next piece from this scenery scheme, this terrain scheme, in order to see how it fits together properly. But there's your front wall. Once it's all glued, once all the glue's dried, it will look a lot better. And then you've got obviously the back wall with the stairs here, like so. And that is this model finished. Again, it will be interlocking pieces that will lock into another side piece from another wall, quite like a jigsaw thing, I would assume. May need to get some. It's annoying me that is not cut properly. if you get me drift. There's a few bits in this that have irritated me. The fact that it only shows 3 of these step parts on the website, and if you're not paying attention to what pieces you've got, you're going to miss one, like I did. But this bit isn't cut properly, not in the right position, and there are gaps here and there where there shouldn't be gaps, like here for instance, but we can sort that out. We can sort that out there as well. But as I say, overall it's a nice kit. Just watch what you're doing with them. The other two I put together were really nice. They went together quite well. The only thing is that I did this one and didn't realise that you weren't supposed to glue the top on, but I glued the top on. But Andy wasn't too bothered about it, so it does want them, or the rest of them though, done so that the lids are, well, not the lids, the roofs are removable, but that's not a problem. We can sort that out now. But there we are. That's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will put the photographs of the ones I've built up at the end of this, so you won't miss out on anything. And then I'll show you later on how I did the technique I did. I'll be using other techniques to put a little texture on the outside. But as I say, that's it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, as always, stay safe and take care. God bless, and bye for now.